Hello there, Taurus. My name's Frankie. I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. This reading's for Taurus for June of 2020, 6 months into the year. For everybody who's new out there, pull 4 cards for the month. We use the bottom card on the deck for overall view of the month. And we'll pull an angel card at the end of the reading to hopefully bring everything together for us. Now, I am an empath, so I have a speech pattern. I speak as if I'm you. It makes all of us Tauruses, named Frankie, I suppose, for the time of the reading. Look at your moon sign and your rising sign. You get a more comprehensive view of the month, and I don't believe these cards are going to go week by week. I think they'll blend in and out throughout the month as an overall theme for the month. And first off, I want to apologize to all. There was 12 of you that could not see the video. We re-uploaded it for you and everything, and that was seemed to be a really good reading, and you still couldn't see it when it even came on the re-upload. There's a pile of you that did, like 6,000 or something, but a couple of you, 12 of you didn't, and I am sorry. So it seemed like a good one. Hopefully this one will come out all okay for you. Now, before I start, I have a little message for us, and that it's like step up to the responsibility this month. We're going to, maybe not just for ourselves, maybe for other people too. But when we do that, we'll have like this sense of accomplishment, and it kind of comes off of last month's message. A sense of accomplishment of achieving the impossible, and like we were the ones. We were made. We Tauruses were made. This is our moment in life, you know? We were made for it. We stepped up to it, and we got it. Got it done. It's interesting. We have good words down here. They're brotherhood, sisterhood, love, celebration, peace, and intention, which is interesting with the way the cards are laying here. We'll have to figure it out as we go along, because the one on the bottom of the deck is the Two of Pentacles, and that actually is a good card because it's pentacles, so it is about money. It means sometimes money coming from two sources, or having to juggle money, to make ends meet. But we Tauruses can do that. We can get really frugal somehow, some way. We figure out a way to pay for whatever it is that we require or need, or the bills or something like that. But we always do it. Even sometimes it can mean we were experience financial difficulty. A lot of us might be still out of work, or work's just starting up, but it does mean a message about money is coming to us, and it's usually it's in a written form, either email now or maybe a letter in the mail. Usually it comes from that kind of thing, but we're at a stage in our lives where we're deciding between two different options. To choose from, and maybe a little concerned about our abundance, maybe, like I said, holding down one or more jobs, maybe moonlighting on the side or stuff. But if we have choices, this card actually means if there are choices in our life, we need to make them and stick to them. Now, this is going to end up, like, make the choice and stick to it. Even if I don't know if it's right, wrong, or indifferent, I'm going to make the choice and stick to the choice, which is interesting coming up in that message, because the next card I have here is the Ten of Rods, or Wands, whatever you want to call it. I don't know why they changed the name of the card, but it's taking on new responsibilities appropriate to a new cycle, because a 10 reduces to 1, and 1's fresh starts, new beginnings, that type of energy. So there's a new cycle coming in. They might be like heavy load, like burdensome type of thing, but we have the strength and we have the character to carry the load, and we feel like we can do anything, even if it's extremely difficult. Because our message last month was something to do with doing the impossible and being able to accomplish it and do it. It was like a really good feeling around it. But sometimes with this card, the labor just didn't work out. It went for naught, is exactly how it said, and we might be carrying burdens that aren't really ours or don't belong to us, and we could feel a little bit weary of doing that or tired of doing it, but it's up to us whether the responsibilities we've taken on are rightly ours or do they belong to someone else. Are they legitimately required responsibilities? I think with that original message, we might be sorting through that, sorting through that kind of energy. It's like sometimes one person, one member of the family or an organization, they get all the dirty work for the simple reason, right? For the simple reason they're willing to do it. So making sure that others also are doing their fair share, and we should be asking help if we need it, right? We can take on responsibility for ourselves. We can take on responsibilities for others, but we should be entitled, and I'm saying it that way because of the next card here. We should be entitled, if it is not our responsibility, right, to say it's yours. It's your responsibility, you handle it. But if it's something that I want to do and I'm doing it, out of the generosity of my heart, maybe I want to be thanked because I took all this on. Maybe I want to be appreciated because I did all this. Sometimes a little thank you from somebody, like this brotherhood, sisterhood card down here, thank you, from a friend, you know, you did a good job. Thank you for helping me. Thank you for caring or loving me, like our word down here, when I needed you. And we Tauruses like to be appreciated for all the stuff that we have done. All that Ten of Rods always reminds me, if it's not working in our favor, it always reminds me of like a coworker in the office that every Friday afternoon, at 3 o'clock, they throw all their work on the table and say, on my table and say, I'm going to get my nails done. I have to leave early today. Finish this up. The boss wants it. By the end of the day, they throw it on our desk, and walk out every Friday to get the nail, or I'm going to get my hair cut. Nothing like major, just always something they want to do, but it's every Friday. And us going to the boss finally and saying, I've been doing two people's jobs and I'm done. It could be that kind of energy because of this next card coming up here. This is the Empress. It's an excellent card. It means maybe we're nurturing somebody else, like that original message, or several others. It could be taken like an obvious form, like somebody's sick and we're taking care of them, which is possible, with everything that's going on in the world right now. Caring for a spouse, caring for a child, or friend. It also, the Empress means pregnancy. So we could be pregnant, or the desire even to be pregnant, and we have the word intention down here. So if that was our intention, it's probably going to go through, for us. But whatever it is, it's appropriate for us to nurture the others right now, and we'd have the inner strength and the character and the ability to do it without harming ourselves or others. That's like the key. Without harming ourselves or others, because when this card is upside down, and I'm going to tell you that because of that Ten of Rods being in there, it's when it's upside down, it means it's a time we should be nurturing ourselves. And we Tauruses are very giving, and so some of us might be spending way too much time like nurturing others, or a child who's being demanding with us and they wore us out, which is possible because a lot of us had kids home, from school and stuff, like that kind of energy. So, you know, when it comes down, if it's upside down for us, and it didn't come out upside down, we need to nurture ourselves, maintain a balance between the others and, and our own, because our needs are just as appropriate as other people's needs, is what I want to say. Just as valid and just as appropriate as other people's needs, And if we're doing it or taking that responsibility, right, to the point where we have, how do I want to say this? Like worn ourselves down or worn ourselves out because of that 10 of rods coming up right before this, then we need to turn it around and do something that's nurturing, loving, give ourselves a little self-care, maybe just go walk around the block with nobody bothering us for a day, or for a few hours. It's that kind of energy. If the husband is saying, I'm going for a run, and the wife's saying, okay, I take care of the kids, and I say later, I want to go for a run now, and they say, hey, I don't have time to take care of the kids, I got work to catch up on. Maybe it's time to draw the lines. Or if I'm at work and the coworker throws his stuff on my desk, maybe it's time for me to say, hey, I have more than enough work to finish. I don't have time to take on your responsibilities too. But I think for the most of us, it's going to be like, okay, this is what I want. For others of us, we got ourselves overwhelmed or overrun during this time, and we need a little bit of nurturing from the others too. So I think the message can go both ways. So set our intention. If I'm taking the responsibility, right, I want to be appreciated. I want to be thanked at least for it. And when I ask for a little help, how about stepping up to the plate and helping, instead of laying in bed and watching TV. It's that type of energy that's coming up all around those three cards, It's an interesting energy, but it'll be a little tough I think, this month to discern, because we've all went, like, discern who I should be nurturing, who I should take responsibility for. Is it just going to be for myself this month, So it's kind of an iffy energy, but it's more pushy. And for some of us, it'll be something we want to do, and others of us, we're going to say, no, not anymore. Been done too many times. End of the story type energy. Because now we got the 8 of rods coming up. And that's like movement towards our goals, which are absolutely assured. So a lot of us may be taking that responsibility or energy on purposely, So it's time in our lives to follow through on what already was put into motion, and plan the next moves after that. So the card itself means we shot our arrows into the air and they're heading for exactly the right spot. So now is a time for us, for action, for initiating the next phase of whatever's going on, maybe a lot of travel. It can mean air travel, a lot of landings and, taking off again, that type of energy. I know a lot of us haven't been traveling, but it could be that, and where things are moving really fast in that direction, and we are to move with them, but to stay exactly who we are. Not to give ourselves up to it, but to stay exactly who we are. So move with them, stay who we are, establish the role that we want to play, and we totally let go of any role, R-U-L-E, I can't get the word out of my mouth, that we aren't comfortable with any longer. You know, it could be the pushy coworker, it could be the I'm being the mother to the teenage kid and I'm tired of them, you know, dumping all the trash all over their bedroom floor. You know, that now I'm going to make you responsible for yourself. Wherever it comes down in, whether it's work or home life or things like that, it'll be a different area because these are just general readings. Each one's going to come down in a different place. We have two rods cards in here though, and usually those are business finance type energy with the rods or wands card. That's usually what it means. So maybe a lot of us, this is going to be around the work energetics, like I said originally, because our next card here is the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is a nurturing energy. Now it's going to be water energy, male or female, right? And it's going to be Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Aries just got this same card, and I put them in different places in the deck and then shuffle them around whenever I'm finished. So this is a wonderful person, whether they're our wife or husband or mother, sometimes, you know, father or friend, because it can be male or female, but they're wise in the ways of love. They're very extremely caring, very, very receptive type energy. So it's any kindly person that's in our life, you know, if it's a man, usually if it's a man watching this reading, it would be the woman that I love. That's what it would represent, the woman that I love. So it could be a artist type person, a creative person, a visionary person that with psychic ability. Queen of Cups is very, very psychic, you know, but they temper that psychic ability, you know, with a type of very mature judgment, like common sense. The psychic ability comes right along with common sense. And if it's not us, you know, or if it's not us being called forward to stand in the position of the Queen of Cups, you know, be very intuitive, very nurturing. And we have three cards of, you know, being responsible here and nurturing to others with that 10 of rods and the Empress, and now this, you know. Now this, some of us are going to have to take a lot of this energetics on, and we aren't water, we're earth, you know, which is more grounded, you know, type of energy, doing what financial stability, working towards that, having a beautiful home, you know, that kind of thing. But if it's not us, exactly, it would mean some type of creative endeavor that we'd be involved in, or something emotional, like really circumstance with an emotional tone, something that would, because cups energy is emotions, so something with a emotional tone that would be extremely positive, you know, positive energetics coming in. Could be the news that we're going to get, you know, could be we juggled the money funds around because some of us wanted to buy a new house or something like that, because right under it's the Nine of Pentacles, and that's like having, you know, all of your dreams coming towards you, you know, everything rolled up into one, you know. Maybe a lot of us, because of that message last month, I gotta tell you guys, I watched my own self talk 4 times, and I was like, you'd think I'd remember the message, but pretty soon I tuned out my own face, and but it was something about us accomplishing the impossible, the original message that came through, and I think a lot of us have done that, because if there's one thing we're if there's one thing Spirit's saying that we are, it's like determined. We love, our home right. We love treating people right, being that kind of balanced energy, drawing to us the things that we want. And we're willing to do whatever it takes to do it, that responsible action for ourselves and others. That's the trick to getting whatever it is we want. So, it's an exciting time, I think, a celebratory time, a lot of hard work going into that energy. But if my intention is set, I will get what I want. The love and the peace and that celebratory energy that comes around doing it. When we do something the way that we intended to do it, and it comes out well, if that makes any sense at all. See, our angel, the law of attraction is our angel card. Can't make these things up. It says each thought is an investment that pays immediate dividends, so invest wisely. You have the power to choose your thoughts and align them with love and peace, exactly like our words down here, and harmony. At your request, we will gladly attune your energies to the higher frequencies. That's a pretty wild to go with this. It actually goes right, and I opened right up to the page in the book, goes right with our reading. It says the angels gave you this card as a reminder of the law of attraction can help you improve the situation you're inquiring about. Complaints and worries only attract more of the same, so elevate your thoughts with the help of the angels to attract what you desire. Several times a day, imagine that the situation was presently healed and perfectly manifested. Feel gratitude that it's already so in spirit, which is the first part of attracting the material aspects of the situation. Kind of similar to our Two of Pentacles down here, and birth energy of a new thing, whether a child or something, with the Empress energy. Think about your desires, avoid worrying or complaining, rise up to the level of the type of person you wish to attract. As your spiritual energy increases, you'll find yourself less attracted to lower energies in relationships and in situations. That kind of goes with our reading here. How much of this responsibility do I want to take, and what is justly or rightly mine? This is normal, and the angels can help you deal with these endings and beginnings. Wow. And that's what the Ten of Rods energy brings. A 10 is a 1, so it's the energetic of an ending and a beginning at the same time. Well, Taurus, that's our reading for this month. I want to tell you all thank you for your likes, shares, subscribes, and for your comments. I read each and every one of them, and I really appreciate them. If anybody wants to know more about me, or just go neb about me, or if you need to set an appointment with me, all the information's down below the screen in the About section, and there's 2 short videos over there at the website which has the information to set appointment for a reading. 2 short videos over there. One explains the prayer class, the other one the sutras. The prayer class tells you how to format prayers, why you do them the way you do them, and it's 2.5 hours long, so it's very comprehensive. The sutras are thought forms that you put in with a simple meditation. It takes 5 minutes a day, and it enhances the clear perceptions dramatically. So to all of you I met through 4 whole years of doing these YouTubes, and everybody I've met through 32 years of this work, I want to tell you it's been an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to serve you, and hopefully I'll see you back here next month. Bye-bye.